My talk, what I'm going to cover today is real estate, a vehicle for wealth creation. Most people look at the creation of wealth coming from politics, large families, rich relatives. But a lot of us are sitting on wealth. Very many of us are actually wealthy, but we don't know. I'm sure a number of you have mortgages, which you have been paying off diligently over the years, but are not able to extract or to understand how you can extract some of that wealth out of those properties and invest them elsewhere. That's a summary of a mortgage that was taken on the 28th of February. This is current, 10 years ago. The purchase price was 5 million of a house. Purchase date was 1st of March 2000. Let's assume an annual appreciation rate of 5%. Current market value of that house worth 5 million is 8.145 million. You have an accumulated appreciation of 3.145 million. Now if you look at the person who owns that house, he most likely still is just looking at the balance 5 years before he can clear his mortgage and have the title in his drawers. Yet he has already put in a lot of equity into that property. It might be prudent for him to now try and extract part of that. Many of us have a fear of remaining in debt. But for those of you who were here during Reggie's presentation, you now understand that most of you are not owners, you're actually tenants. So at the end of your 99 years, so even if you live to 60, then you hand over the house to your children, when that property gets to the 99th year, they most likely will lose it. You never know, the house could be sitting in the middle of the next superhighway. So the government refuses to renew the lease, and there you are, you bequeathed a property hoping that it will remain in perpetuity, and yet your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren will never get to use it. Something most of us confuse between our leasehold and our freehold. Your freehold land, the one most of us as parents and grandparents have out there at home, a freehold. So that is land that can remain in the family continuously till time immemorial. Okay? Now most of us came into the city and received something called a leasehold, but we retained the mentality of freehold. Now the sooner you can extract the value of that home or that house, the better for everyone. So what I hope to do by the end of this is give you confidence enough to appreciate that you can actually extract what you've already put into that property. And if you keep doing that every 4 or 5 years, after a period of about 20 years, you'll actually have no interest in that property in terms of cash in it. You'll actually have removed it, and if the road passes by that property again, sometime down the road, you'll have nothing to fear. All your children and your grandchildren will have no fears. So what you have is, that's the appreciation, the increase in the value of your property. That's your loan repayment, up to 0. That's what you call your amortization into the property. So as you own the property, you slowly pay off the loan. That's a graph going down to 0.